You're blessed if you've never known anybody to battle with addictions. Just picture someone you love being a shell of their former self. Picture seeing them make decisions that you never thought that they'd ever make in their life. And they throw everything away, everything they've worked for, just for another fix to get high. It's a haunting sight to behold when they're so far down the hole that they've given up. They can't see the light. And if you are unfortunate enough to see these horrors firsthand, help show them the light that they can follow. Most people do unfortunately relate to this. It can be your mom, your dad, a relative, or just a friend. And be honest with yourself. Have you done everything you could to help them? According to USAFact.org, there's over 2,000 deaths from overdoses just in Louisiana alone. And with the increase of drugs coming into our state, it's going to be much more by the end of 2024. But it's okay. You can help. The best case is catching it early on. The earlier it's caught, the easier it is to break the habit or even stop the habit before it forms. But if they are multiple steps into their addiction, it's okay. You can still help. And I'll let you know how. First, how do you tell if somebody's an addict or if somebody's just using substances? The obvious questions is, do you smell anything? Are they acting different? Things like that. Obvious signs, but there's also a lot more subtle signs. Are they more nervous or anxious than they usually are? Or do they seem secretive or overprotective of certain areas in their room or house or car? Are they doing things that they've never really done before? Are they hanging out with different people, secluding themselves from friends and family? All these things can definitely point towards it. At the end of the day, you can always go up and ask them. And this can be a scary thing. You don't know how they're going to react. If you do have a strong suspicion and they've already been getting angry with you, definitely do this in a safe place. But obviously, they won't always admit to the problem. But how do they answer it? What are their emotions like when they answer it? Do they get super defensive? Do they deflect a little bit, trying to make it seem that it's not that big of a problem? All these can definitely point towards the signs, point towards them being addicts. If you have confirmed your suspicions, then try talking with them one-on-one and helping them. That's not going to work in most cases, unfortunately. And at a certain point, you do need to reach out to common friends and relatives. You can have an intervention with them. Let your friends and family know and tell them how you feel. Show them how it's affecting the family. You can bring them to AA meetings, recommend rehab centers, and just be there with them every step of the way. But sometimes this doesn't always work. Sometimes it's a lot harder, and you got to show them some tough love, especially as a parent. You have to show consequences, even threatening to kick them out. I've personally known people that it came down to the wire, and everybody almost abandoned them unless they got clean. And that worked for them. So it might work for somebody you know too. But other than that, sometimes none of it will work. Sometimes it has to be their decision. And that's a very sad case, but it's okay. They can still come around. Just don't be that person that is standing at their grave and asking yourself, what more could you have done? Thank you and God bless.